Hello Darts Nutz, welcome to Darts Review channel. So I've got another set from the Harrows 2024 launch, and this time it's the SHARD 90, quite a sleek looking barrel. So let's check them out. I'm reviewing the 23 gram version, the 90% tungsten, hence the name SHARD 90, and they're available in 21, 23, 24 gram in steel tip, 18 and 20 gram in soft tip, and the retail for a very reasonable £35.95. So the darts come in this cardboard packaging, which as you can see has got an amazing green colour on. Did I ever mention green is my favourite colour? Of course I didn't. Inside there's a plastic tray, holds everything in place, and you've got a little rubber point holder, and they come supplied with these super grip MIDI stems and the standard shape SHARD 90 flights. So as you can see, they're fitted with a black coated point, and the feature of the barrel is the smooth transition from the point to the nose of the barrel, so very nice that. Obviously it's something we've seen before, but it's nice to see it getting used a bit more on some darts, and not every dart will take that kind of a feature, but for darts that can take it, I think it's a good idea. The only issue is obviously to get it like that, the tungsten has to be made a bit thinner there, so as long as it's strong enough, sometimes I kind of worry about it in case it's going to get broke, but I've not heard many people having issues with such smooth parts of a barrel where it's thin like that. But I like the fact that they've put some micro grip on that taper there, so if you do want to grip really close to the nose of the dart, at least you're getting a little bit of grip. I know some people like a lip because they like to rest the finger on it, but anyway, there you go. And it's quite a neat shape to the barrel, kind of like the old Paul Lim and Unicorn, was it the T90 style? And it's a ring grip dart, but obviously you've got the taper at the front, and then it kind of like flares out to the middle, and then a more gentle taper to the rear. But it looks like a dart that could work well for many, and it may well work whether you're front mid or rear gripper. I think in terms of the balance, probably mid grippers will probably get the best of it, but I don't see why it shouldn't work well for many if you give it a try. It just depends on whether it works with your thrower really, but I think it could be a popular one, this. And there's the super grip MIDI stems and the quite nice SHARD 90 flights. Right, so there's that very slim nose, smooth transition from the point to the barrel. I mean, obviously it has some kind of lip. I mean, maybe they could have even smoothed that off, but look how thin it is. It's really thin there, and as it flares out you've got a micro grip, and then the rest of the barrel is kind of like a U-shaped ring grip or U-grooves, and that's pretty much the whole barrel. And as you get towards the rear you've got a tapered smooth section with the Harrows logo. So that's the super close look at the Harrows SHARD 90. The dart's fitted with a black coated 25mm point. There's a tapered nose which has got some micro grip on. The full length of that taper is 8mm. Then the bulk of the dart is made of this kind of angular ring grip with kind of like U-shaped grooves. That's 39.5mm. A tapered section on the end that's smooth, 4.5mm. Length 52mm. Wide is 7.2mm. 23.07 grams, 23.09 grams, and 23.09, full setup, 24.82 grams. Here's the balance with nothing attached, and with the supplied setup. and this is the balance with medium in between short nylon stems and standard flights. Probably very slightly above medium, so probably 5.5 at most. Treble 5 champion. Oh, looks like it's a treble 5 and 5 day to day. Oh well, got the last one in the treble 20. Clumsy. I'm holding it above that like micro grip on the nose. Now, I mean, some people obviously like to grip the nose, but for me, I only tend to prefer it when it's on like a bull nose. When it's on a taper like that, it almost feels as thin as gripping the point. And like I've said before, I prefer to have something to grab hold of, so I've moved my fingers up a little bit. Oh, treble 5 again. Treble 5 champion, yeah! And I got my green sleeve on. There's a song about that. Green sleeves was my first true love, or something like that. Kind of reminds me a bit like the NX90, although I prefer them because they're a bit more grippy. But for some reason it kind of feels like it's flying, similar to them. But I don't know, I suspect it's probably going to be best for mid grippers for the balance. Like I say, when I'm holding it, it's still like a thin taper, so it's just getting used to the thinness, and I don't think I've got quite used to it yet. One last go from the front, and then I'll try the mid section. They seem to be flying quite zippy, them ones. It's quite a sleek looking barrel like. It also reminds me of, I think it's the Paul Lim old style, and I think it was the old Unicorn T90, I think. Something like that, I can't remember now. I'll try the mid section. It certainly feels more comfy for me with it being thicker there, but see how that feels. Yes, definitely a nice balance there. One more try from the mid section, and then I'll try it from the rear. So I think although it's got that nice bit of grip on the nose, for me personally, it's just a bit too thin there. But the transition is nice to the point. Definitely a nice balance from the mid part there though. It feels like the sweet spot, I think. So I'll give it a try from the rear section. Not too bad from the rear. Through the air it was going alright. Sometimes when I throw from the rear it does all kinds of weird things, but it was pretty stable. So I think for mid grippers it's probably going to be the best for you, but rear grippers it should be fine as well. But if you are a front gripper and you're happy enough gripping on a thin taper, you'll be fine with it. But I think in terms of the sweet spot and everything, balance and grip, probably going to be best for mid and rear. Oh, wrong double. Yes! Double three. Helped us again. Ah, too snatchy. Ah. Only one so far. Not doing so good, just the one. Could only be the first time when I only get one. Ooh, on the wire. Oh, looks as if it's gonna be just a one. One. Oh, where did the second one go in? 7 points. Uh, 33 points, I think that was. Three points. Oh, 55. Two 25s, 50 points. One 25, 75 after 6 darts. One 25, 100 after 9. Two 25s, 150 after 12, last 3. 50 bullseye and a 25. That's, what did I say it was? I think it was 150, wasn't it? 225. Well, I suppose it had to happen eventually. On the doubles, I got 1. Oh dear. I suppose I might get a 0 yet. You never know. And 30 darts at 20, 33 and 180 around the clock, 55, and my old favourite for the bulls, 225. So there you go, that's the Harrows SHARD 90. Like I say, it's quite a sleek looking dart, but for me personally, I don't know, it's just, whether it's just like the thinness at the front, but I just couldn't seem to like get consistent with my grip. And I think it's because normally I like to grip close to the nose. With these I was moving my finger up, and sometimes I might have been going a little bit closer to the middle, sometimes a little bit closer to the front, and just probably because it's my first goes with them and just taking a while to get the hang of them. But when I did get them in the right spot, they were actually flying through the air rather nice, and they were going where I wanted. So I guess it's a case of having to play with them a little bit longer. But I think personally it's probably going to be mid and rear grippers that are going to get the best out of it. But nice looking barrel, and if you like that kind of like Paul Lim Unicorn T90 style, then I'd say give them a go anyway. And like I said, some front grippers might be more than happy with them, but it's probably going to take me a little bit more to get used to them. So I'll leave you with the gallery so you can have a closer look at them, and I'll see you on the next one. Happy darting.